This is a bad explanation for the Mensa IQ challenge tutorial answers tutorial on how to become a genius in fast. Okay. Um, um, okay, zoom out. Okay. Okay. The answer is A. You can see the rows and the columns. All right. So column, square, and then the rows, diamond. So no, it's E. I don't know how to explain these the answers well, and this time limit, and I don't want to spend so long, so I'm just gonna point at where you can maybe look that can help you understand. Let me just make my pointer big, then you can see where I'm pointing. Okay. So it goes in the row and diagonals here, dots, diagonals here is blank, so the triangles, so F. Yeah, you see the line is the same, and the bar is the same for the columns. So F. Here the line same in the column, and then the arrow part is the same in the row. It's the here adding one block to the bottom, adding one block to the bottom, adding one block to the bottom. Yeah, we're adding a block to adjacent, but adding a block adjacently, and then rotating counterclockwise by 90 degrees, so E. There's it's just C, because it's flips it. Here you can see in the row the dots the same, in the columns the squares the same, so D. Here it's being rotated counterclockwise. D. Yeah, I'm just gonna, for time's sake, I'm just gonna tell what the story is, and then you can figure it out yourself. Story, rules, whatever. Duplicates get deleted. You put the first two together and they overlap. Get rid of them. So okay, this is actually pissing me off. Hello? Uh, I'm here. Rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise and flipping the colors. But then on this diagonal here, we just have gray for some reason. So counterclockwise, flip the colors. Clockwise, flip the colors. This diagonal is triangle, diagonal is black. This diagonal is horizontal line. And then this diagonal is circles. So horizontal line and circle. Diagonal is three dots, and this diagonal is pointing up. Like, you can just think about it as rotations and and the sequence of the dots as well. If you just think about it like from the rows, then it's like easier to explain. But to be honest, like, yeah, whatever. Here we have this diagonal. This it should just be yeah. I don't think about the. Do not think about the diagonals actually. Just and you can for the colors, I guess. But this, just think about it rotating 90 degrees counterclockwise. B, it is. This one is first. We have a 45-degree rotation, and then we have a 90-degree rotation. 45, 90, 45, 90. This one, you can just see like last row is the same as the top row except rotated 90 degrees. So we'll just pick that rotated 90 degrees answer. This one is diagonal dots, and then this diagonal is diamonds, dots and a diamond. So if add the first two together, and if they overlap, then they disappear. So here, this diagonal overlaps, so it disappears, and everything else doesn't overlap, and so you just add it, and we get A. Here it's like like you can just think of add this and this at the first and the third row index, and if it overlaps, then you subtract. Yes, this B. This one is we have these two dots. They're always in the same spot for every grid spot. But then for the rows, we have at the bottom the y squares in the same spot, and then at the top the y square moves, or you can think it's like in the same spot for the columns. The y square at the top is the same spot for the columns. So, and the squares cover the circles. So you want top square to be at the end, and we want the bottom square to be at the start. So C. Here, look at the reverse diagonal. Here, for example, it's like a conveyor belt where where the like odd one out is going through, not conveyor belt, but the odd one out is shifting through the, so black circle shifts, and then the white triangle comes back on the end and shifts again to the left. So it shifts to left, so it shifts to left, reset to end, so F. It's just the overlapping again. So here, F. Oh, here it is not F. Sorry. Whatever's overlapping stays inside. Whatever's overlapping inside of the square stays. So you can see overlapping here, so it stays. Overlapping here, so it stays. Overlapping here, so it's E. Yeah, if the circles overlap, then they stay. If the lines overlap, they disappear. You can see here. I don't know. So lines overlap here. Circles don't overlap, so it's F. This circle, I don't like this circle here. This diagonal facing left, and this diagonal is the same size, the big one. So we want the big one that's facing left. A. It's just overlapping again, and it's A. Here, it's like the hard one, first hard one. It's like left side. You can think of increments, and the right side, think of decrements. So then you add first two together, and you get the last one. So increment by 3, and then increment by 4, and then de-increment by 2. So that's 2 increments. So de-increment by 1, de-increment by 2, 3 de-increments, and then increment by 2, de-increment by 3, B. No, not increments, like just like this is positive and this is negative. Increments is like more complicated. Then here, so we want -1. We want -1 here. How do we get -1? Here, number C, option C, we have 1 positive, 2 negative, so that's -1. Here, a dot and a dot makes a square, and then if they don't overlap, they just stay, and then yeah, you can just see, and then a dot and a square makes it disappear. So then dot, dot. So we have square up here, square. So another square up there, and then a dot and nothing here. So dot will stay, and then we have square and square, and then we just infer that that will make a dot. And then like if you just thought about the answers, it's like the only one is E. This one's overlapping, so see the squares overlap, so they overlap, so only this one stays. Overlap, so this one, these two stay. So what overlaps? These and this one, so it's D. This one is whatever overlaps stays, and then it gets flipped horizontally. So you can see this overlaps and then it flips horizontally. This overlaps, flips horizontally. So it's A. This, so if you look at the backwards diagonal, this one here gets flipped down. Oh, okay, in the middle. This one gets flipped down. This one gets flipped up. See, this one gets flipped up, and this one gets flipped down. So you're just flipping right and left. So this one flips down, so the left's gonna flip up, so we get E. This one, backwards diagonals, you can see that the black dots stay in the same spot, right? And then for the I forgot what I was thinking about. And then the white dots travel around like they're like a snake going around, but they get covered by the black dots. So you can see traveling down, gets covered, traveling down. So this one's traveling down, and then we would travel up and get covered. So we have A. And here, last question. See this diagonals. We have the bottom triangle, right? Bottom triangle. This diagonal, we have horizontal lines. See, you can see horizontal lines. Like if you look at the whole puzzle, you can see like on the diagonals, there's shape, there's consistent parts of the shape. So what do we want here? We want bottom triangle, and we want the horizontal lines. So it's D. And boom. And yep, that's how you become a genius. Or something. Lol. Kidding. Like a dumb test. Thing. Okay. That's all.